Hi everyone, welcome to Simply Fresh Flavors with Emily. Today we're going to be making a blueberry lime granita. Now if you've never heard of a granita, it's basically an elegant take on a snow cone or a slushy. It's simple to make, can be brought to any cookout or kept in your freezer for a snack throughout the week. Both kids love them, adults love them, and there's only 3 ingredients in this particular recipe. So it's simple and it's easy to make. So let's get started. Okay, as I said, there's only 3 ingredients in this blueberry lime granita. Now, blueberry lime is a flavor combo that I love, and I don't think that it gets enough of the attention that it deserves. So we're going to start with 3/4 of a pound of blueberries. Now, these are fresh blueberries. My family is from Michigan. We used to go blueberry picking, and we would make jam with them, blueberry pie. There's so many things that blueberries are excellent for, especially in the summertime. So you're going to want to find, let's see, the plumpest one here, really plump blueberries. Now the plumper the blueberry, the sweeter the flavor. So if you have these really teeny tiny hard ones, you can barely even see it, so tiny. Those are sour. They're not as good. 3/4 of a pound of these. You could use frozen fruit for this recipe. It's just not going to taste as good, but it would still be a very good dish to make. So we have our blueberries. We're going to need about 5 or 6 fresh limes. Now we're going to be using 2 parts of this lime. We're going to be using the whole part. So make sure and wash this rind or peeling before you get started. We're going to be using not only the juice of this lime, but also the zest. So the zest is going to just be the outer green part, and we're going to basically shave it into little flakes. It has the taste of just the essence of the fruit without the acidity of the fruit. It really brings a dish to life if you add zest. I always suggest trying to add zest to anything that you put citrus in. And then we're going to be adding just plain old white sugar, 1/8 of a cup of this. So simple, easy to find ingredients. The supplies you'll need for this dish are simple. They're as easy as the ingredients themselves. So you're just going to need a juicer. I like the juicer with the holes along the bottom here. It catches the seeds or any kind of the pulp that may get in there and really just gets you the juice that you want. You'll need a spatula for the blender, or because we're going to puree the blueberries. So you need a spatula to scrape your blender out. And then you're going to need a zester. So this is a zester. It is basically a cheese grater that is very fine, and it's just going to create little flakes of the zest of the lime. So simple enough. You can find these anywhere. They're pretty common with any cooking supplies. You're going to need a couple little bowls for your zest and your juice. And then you're going to need a blender, which I have here. And then last but not least, you'll need a baking sheet like this, something that is shallow with a rim, because we're going to pour that puree into this and then leave it overnight. All right, so to begin, we're going to start with our limes, getting those zested and juiced. So like I said, always wash your limes if you're going to be zesting, because you're not just going to be drinking the juice from this or putting the juice in a dish. So you always want to zest your limes before you juice them, because you want to have something to give so that it doesn't cave under pressure when you're trying to get the zest. We're going to need a teaspoon or 2 of the zest, depending on your preference of how much of the lime flavor you want. You're going to take your lime and just run it along the zester, and make sure to check it every few times. When you see this light green color, you want to switch the lime to a different spot. If you get into the white, it's very bitter. Now that we have our limes zested, we can go ahead and get them juiced. You could also use just the bottled lime juice, but it really isn't as flavorful. Really is better to use the fresh juice. You're just gonna go ahead and get all the juice out as much as possible. Now you see that I'm having a little bit of trouble getting all the juice out of this, and it really rewarded almost nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and take with the heel of my hand like this and just roll this lime along the cutting board or counter. Sort of loosen all that up. Slice. And we can go ahead and that's much easier. And we will need about a 1/4 cup of the lime juice. So good. Okay, so now that we have our zest of our lime and our lime juice all extracted from the fruit, we're just gonna go ahead and start with our puree. So you're gonna wanna add your blueberries that you have washed. Make sure you always wash your fruit. To the blender here. There we go. Beautiful blueberries. Summertime favorite. Excuse me. Okay. You're going to want to add your lime juice and your zest. Make sure to get all that zest. It's going to want to stick to your bowl, but we must not waste that. Good stuff. And your sugar. Now, this is sort of a controversial topic, but I really believe that adding a pinch of salt to your fruit really makes the flavor stand out. People have this thought process that anything with salt is salty and shouldn't be added or combined with sweet. It's not a salty flavor, you're just enhancing a flavor. Salt is a flavor enhancer. So I'm gonna put a pinch of salt. Now that is something you can choose to do, or you may not. We're gonna go ahead and blend this up. Most blenders have a puree button by now, so that is the option you will choose. The color is so pretty. It just reminds me of summer. So it not only looks like summer, smells like summer, tastes like summer, it is just the ultimate summer dish. And we're gonna pour that on our pan, just like this. Sort of spread it out even. So pretty. And that lime, you can really smell that coming through now. You're gonna take this and freeze it overnight. And when we come back, it'll be beautiful. We'll fluff it up. Be a light, beautiful dessert. Hi everyone, we're back. So I let this go overnight in the freezer. You'll see that I did switch my dish. My baking sheet did not fit. I bought a new refrigerator and did not measure before. So I suggest measuring before you get everything in there. All right, so what we're gonna do, show you up close, but I'm going to take a fork and just run it along and fluff the blueberry lime mixture up. And it will be really light, airy ice, frozen mixture. I don't know, you can see that on my fork. So, to plate this, we're going to start with the sophisticated or the elegant version. I will just get a pretty glass here. Put this all in. So pretty. This mixture, once you fluffed it up, will keep very well in the refrigerator. It'll stay sort of fluffy like this. I suggest probably putting it in a stainless steel bowl. That's the way it's going to stay the freshest. So pretty. And then we'll do some lime curls. So you have your lime here, and you're going to want to run a paring knife along the long edge of the lime, and you're going to want to cut a little strip. Let's see, it's so tiny, like that. So you could add, keep this the way it is, or you could use, put like vodka in it if you wanted a little cocktail, sort of fresh, light something, if you were bringing this as a dish. I've also seen that people will put this over yogurt as a light summer breakfast or snack. So here I just have some plain Greek yogurt. Just going to add some to the top, like so, even. And you could add the lime curls to that as well, or, and I'm sorry I'm not prepared for this part, get our handy zester out again and put some pretty zest over top of that. Add some pretty green. Always add green to your dishes. It really brightens it up and it makes it picture ready. There you are. A beautiful, light, summer, easy dish to make. If you like what you saw today, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and a follow for more simple, easy, fresh flavors with Emily.